Do I just win by playing Overlord? Is that how it works? Told you, Overlord is pretty decent this deck. Like, bro, do you feel bad? I'm actually not sure if I feel bad. I should, but I don't think I do. And by the way, we are still dealing damage every turn on top of all of this. Look at this stuff. Like, how did we get there? Oh boy. Let's go for a 1-1. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we'll be crushing it in Mythic. With Rakdos sacrifice with so many synergies, it's easier to show them than to talk about them. But I'll tell you man, Chainsaw not only kills your opponent creatures, but it grows every time Forge token dies. You can play Overlord, instantly deal 4 damage, then sacrifice it to Braids for the same turn for total of 6 damage, and you still redraw a card for this, and you can bring the skeletons back all the time. Mirth is kinda busted, and with Journal you can basically draw cards every turn for free. So I hope you like it. Let's go into games and let's have some fun. Alright, our opponent is going first, and we'll try to go Nightmare into Disturbing Mirth, and that could get some value. Yeah, actually we drew both of our top land in the whole deck. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. We'll just play 2 turns normally, and then we'll start playing those so they can start being useful late game. And let's it. Chainsaw, so we are already prepared. However, let's draw some cards, man. This is such a cool interaction. Like, I have to say, this card is kind of busted with value. Like, it does so much for this type of deck. And here we go, Omen Forge. Alright. Listen, well, we could try to go there, but I honestly think we won't untap land for the Forge. Like, this is kinda important. Man, this throw is so aggressive. So if our opponent plays something, we can start setting up the Chainsaw. I mean, bro, like, come on. Like, you don't get better stuff than this. Like, it's oh my god, poor Glissa. She got chainsawed. And we get the counter. So our opponent will probably be in some insane troubles right now. Let's go. They have open mana, so there is a chance they will answer it. But I want to risk. Even if they answer it, that's fine. We just draw into another one. So I think it's okay. Let's play the land, and we also develop every turn. Later we can start using Vents for aggression as well. And you can even go Vents into Chainsaw. And that deals so much damage with Menace. You need a lot of mana, but you can do it for like 7. Alright. And I mean, we put even more counters on the Chainsaw, because every turn something is dying. So they not only need to answer this, but now man, I don't think they can. Oh my god, the Overlord is also here. Oh boy, oh boy. Listen, so we are starting with this. We draw cards. I want to keep playing lands, so we need to start drawing into the 5th land. We are playing control right now. This is crazy. Oh my god, this is so disgusting. Oh, the value. And this one goes to the graveyard, huh? Alright, alright. Maybe we can fling it in some cool way. Alright, so we attack right now. We could equip it, but I don't want to. Right now our opponent is fully prepared for our shenanigans, so let's just, you know, let's just go slow about it. Perfect. Perfect. Because we will actually sacrifice this, and man, the tome or the journal, finally, after all of those years, oh man, we finally will use it. I actually wanted to use this card for such a long time, man. Like, I love it, but nothing fit except this deck. And now we can start doing cards with this. Let's sacrifice a creature. Oh my god, and we're, oh, the value. It's more value than control decks. And here's Braids, our super... Man, it's crazy because our opponent needs to already like answer 3 different threats, each one of them winning the game, and we now have full hand of new threats. So man, there's no coming back from this. We can even fight against Virtue. Alright, so what is the fastest play? Well, we definitely play a land for the turn. And I think this will be a Braids turn. We start with this. They like removing our creatures, so let's give them some targets. Man, this is so brutal. Oh my god. We also get value for just sacrificing. And because they don't have blue mana, Oh, this goes to the graveyard. Perfect. Man, like, the synergies just don't end. Like, every turn I'm getting more and more threats, even though my opponent is answering, like, one a turn. Like, we are just overwhelming him super hard. Sure, more counters, and every counter at some point will matter. Man, this will be so much. So, let's attack right now. Let's make those 2 tokens. And by the way, we are still dealing damage every turn on top of all of this. Look at this stuff. Like, how did we get there? Oh boy. Let's go for a 1-1. And our Chainsaw. On the next turn, a single token with Chainsaw will probably end the game. And this is absolutely not fair for our... I actually feel bad for Golgari. Oh, that's such a cute 2-3. I mean, this is fuel for more chainsaws. Just killing everything. Man, this guy cannot get a break. Honestly, this is scoop time. Yep. Like, there's no way. Man, it wasn't even close. Like, I had 4 win cons in the board, and I had 3 more in the hand, while also drawing cards. Alright, our opponent is going first. I see. We have a little bit too many pain lands for my taste. But we'll try. I guess we go with Percussionist, so we should start hitting lands that aren't pain lands, and we would love to be on the play. But maybe we can make it work. Let's play a creature that loves dying, alright? This is what it does. It of course has haste, because why not? And I mean, we want to go into this Forge. When we can unload Forge and some, you know, first synergy, we should be fine. And, well, they don't really want to kill it, but they also don't want this hitting them every turn. And with the Chainsaw, we can probably kill their next drop. We don't have too... Oh, we have 2 of them. Oh, man, this card is, by the way, like, insanely insane. Alright, they decided to go for the tempo, and that's the correct choice. That is the correct choice. So let's pain ourselves a little bit to keep the tempo. So they wasted a card, and we are wasting... like value and killing this, so we can get even more tempo. So we are both deciding that the tempo is the most important part of the game, which is cool. Our opponent make a good call. Like, you cannot draw cards in this kind of situation because you risk falling super behind. I'm alright, that's fine. Oh, alright, I guess you can. I guess you can. So our job right now is to make our opponent regret this choice. And let's see if they have, you know, tear asunder or something like this. They really need to kill the Forge, because this Chainsaw is getting like amplified like crazy. By the way, you can play this into Chainsaw and it will be like 7 damage at the point where you can make this play and you want to make it. We can even go double Chainsaw. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Alright, man, our opponent actually is drawing card. Man, we have to punish it. We have to punish it. We go for this. Even though they might have Glissa, so this Chainsaw might be better later, I still think it's worth it. We get so many counters here that we can just go absolutely crazy. We go this into Hexmage. Now we can go, I mean, on this one, because I actually want the enchantment, so we don't want to do it on the token. And that's already 4 damage, and our opponent has 0 board, and we have double Chainsaw, and they get amplified. We also have 2 cards here, so if those don't get exiled, we get more cards. And with Braids, I think we can force it. Yeah, with Braids we can definitely draw some extra cards. So our opponent needs to kill... And he needs to do so much. He needs to kill the Forge, he needs to get rid of the Chainsaws, and they need to kill the creatures. I think they might try to keep instant removal, so they hope we equip Chainsaw, but that's not working. Alright, this is a good play. This is really good for them. I really banked on Braids to start finishing him off. If that's Glissa, we might be in some trouble. Alright, it's not Glissa, but the draw from the top... Man, even at 20 lands I get flooded. Alright then. So I expect a removal. So we are going for this guy, because this has some value thanks to having enchantment, and this has better stats. So we equip here, this will die, and then we, you know, play the card that we get. Alright, as expected. I mean, we are still getting the triggers, and our opponent doesn't have too many cards. But this Braids really hurt. This was my idea for finishing the game, because we would get extra cards. And told you, man, I knew this will be a land because I am man, 20 lands. I mean, still can get flooded. That's really bad, and I had to play this one, right? Because it's until end of turn, until end of next turn. So you know what? I actually should play Cliffs into this because then I could double equip, which is a big deal. Yeah, they don't want to block, so we need still to push damage. I think we will win, but this really broke our tempo. As you can see, we basically missed the full turn here. And we had to play into removal, there's no way around. I think they have another one, and let's see what they will choose. Correct. Correct, but it's still 4 damage, and that means we can start equipping. So the good part, on the next turn, if I get flooded and get another land, I can double equip. If not, we can play the other card. Those will be a problem for the rest of the game. They cannot answer for 3 artifacts. So, man, well, it's still good for our opponent. Sure, that is definitely one of the cards that is as close to bringing him back. I told you. And you know what? I knew this will be also a tap land, because we still have 3 more in the deck. At this point, it's kinda crazy, man. Like, no joke. So this is a force block. That means we are getting our card, and sure, that is dying. You can see the power. The power of this chainsaw. Just a +7 for 3 mana, and I mean, our opponent doesn't have a choice. So even with all of this, our opponent will die, which I am fine with, you know, I'm honestly fine with it. Let's play another card. This will be great for sacrifice to Mirth. And 1. Our opponent is at 1, so this Braids exactly would kill him. But it's fine, they need to... they basically need to tear asunder into like Glissa, and it seems they don't have either one. So yeah, man, even with this kind of draw, we just crushed it. Alright, so I think we'll start with the Vents and then go into double creature. We could also be... well, you know what? You know what? This is a pretty decent opening. Let's go with this guy. Just because it has so much power and every extra damage counts. So they have a 1 mana into the Maw probably, I would guess. Yep. But that's fine. That's already 1 card down the drain, and they didn't like get any advantage on the tempo. Oh boy, I don't mind it one bit. So we go black into red with haste, and we already start the damage. The damage train is here, and with Journal we can start sacrifice. Man, with Journal we basically have infinite value already. Oh my god, there's also Braids. There's also Braids. We don't have haste, haste creature, so we attack first, and we see what our opponent is doing. For Simi, you want to really go wide, if you can. I could set up the Journal, like it's so tempting, man. It is so tempting. Yeah, I think we go Journal because that fits the mana perfectly, and on the next turn we can still play basically everything. And we can get extra card with the Percussionist. So it seems they have a counter spell. Even if they counter it, that's fine. That is fine. They paid 3 mana and their premium counter spell for negating this part, which means that the Braids can start doing hair work. And they already used into the Maw, right? Let's see. They don't have... yeah, I think we are absolutely fine. We could go wider or just go Braids. They have 2 mana open. I don't... so they don't play 2 mana counter spells, I believe. For this reason, I will go for Braids. Let's attack first. They really don't want to lose life. Let's go with this. And let's see. Maybe there is some version that plays it, but generally you only play 3 steps ahead because it can copy creatures. So we really want to go this route. And we'll go with the Percussionist. We play the Vents and we start to be more aggressive. We'll probably have to remove... like, I think that on the next turn there could be like 2 or 3 cards, creatures. I mean, we could also... no, we need lands. We need lands. This provides the most damage and tempo. And here we go with the with all the untapped lands right now. Oh man, Shuffler, just having a rough day today. Here's your honk, and I think we'll still outvalue our opponent. However, the crabs will start coming in. So when you see double blue mana, it means a crab. Oh, I think I've seen the crab. And here's the permanent. So 2 creatures will be tapped on this turn. We will have to go for the throat against it. Now let's play the land. I mean, we could go with the Vents and cycle this, but then we cannot kill the crab. So let's go to combat phase, so they need to play their stuff. Like, there's no way around it, they have to go for it. Good. So we will answer it. And that's the cool part about this deck. Even if you cannot attack, you can deal the last part of damage just by burning them. We go to attackers, and now we can go for this. I mean, let's go for this. We will sacrifice it anyway. And now we can unload so much value here. I still think we go for this first. We want this extra... Man, the flood... Man, 20 lands and I'm getting flooded like ever. Man, we drew half of our cards as lands in this game. That's crazy. We'll start cycling them with the Vents probably. And I think we still win outside of this. With the Terror, that means we have to pay 4 mana for the ward. Which is quite a lot. So we actually need this. Let's go for it. This is kinda important. Like, Tolarian Terror really slows us down, and we want to attack with everything on this turn. Like, we want Braids. So let's see. Alright, they have this town ain't big enough. Good for them, but that means a lot of damage. Which means that they probably cannot defend on the next turn, because we attack with Vents, we attack with Braids, so we can play Braids into attack with Vents. That's so many different types of triggers that I don't think they can build, go around it. Yep, and here's the Forge, which is even better. Let's go with the Forge. They might counter one spell, but I think this could be 3 steps ahead, but they just cannot defend against everything we have. Even with 50% of lands in our hand, we still won. I mean, am I mono red? I think I'm not. Alright, we're going first with quite a strong opening, I think. Let's go with the Cliffs first. So it should be Conscript into Hexmage and Percussionist. Oh my god. Percussionist, right? Look at the picture. It's just Percussionist. Alright, so let's start with this guy because it deals the most damage. On turn 2, this and this deals the same. So if you expect they will get removed in 2 turns, it's kinda the same. However, this deals more if you expect it to survive for a long time. And I'm not sure if it will. So if I attack, they have to trade? No, they will never trade, bro. They will never trade. So we want to play the Verge. And then we play the Percussionist. And we swing. And this should trigger a block. Because very often when you have the ley line, you have like one creature. They need this to win the game. See? They still want to win through it, and it is possible it might work. We pump this, and we have a 3-2 blocker, so now they need also Monster Strike. With 2 mana and Leyline and Scam, they can absolutely kill you. Absolutely. This is how we roll in Standard right now. Turn 2 kills. Easy. However, they need a set of different things to go right. So, they need something that gives trample and something that deals so much damage. Alright, that's fine. That's kinda fine. You know, just trading a straight up 3 for 1 for a single 1-drop. That's how we do it. Ancestral Recall, too weak for Standard. Yep. So we would already die if we didn't block. And if we block, we still lose because he just got 4 extra creatures, all for 2 mana. 13 damage to the face, 26 if unblocked, and 4 different creatures. So the 8/8 equivalent of mana, all for 2 mana. I mean, I see nothing wrong with it. I'm sure it won't make a problem. This is crazy that this is where we are, bro. Like, red leyline is... the problem is not that it's consistently strong. The problem is that it creates games. By the way, nice flood. Again. So 6 lands on 11... Man, I'm getting flooded. I think I need to play like 5 lands in order to not get flooded. And we lose to this. Cool. I hope you enjoyed your mono-red game of the day. The problem is that it's Tibalt Trigger. If they have correct opening, there's very little you can do to beat it, unless you hit perfectly removal. Alright, we're going first this could be an interesting opening. Okay, man, this would be actually so huge. So we need to go this into Hexmage, and then we go Mirth, because our opponent will think that it's just a measly 1-1, when in reality it's a 3-2. Alright, that's actually pretty good. Now, it pains me to do so, but I think Overlord, like, if that's a discard, it will be very hard to cast a 4-drop. And we really need to keep going. We go like this, we want those extra cards, and of course we don't pay the price for drawing them. We actually get the upside. Alright. Alright. Bandit's Talent. Sure, this is just a discard, so I think we go with the Conscript because you can get it later. Alright, and let's go. We need to set up the forge as soon as possible. Like, we need to stack this damage, and Mono Black doesn't have a way to remove this. So I'm pretty sure they are already dead. Like, no joke, man. So they will kill the Hexmage, but then we'll get Liliana. And I mean, we actually can get it with a small forge, which is perfect. Alright, small forge. I think they can scoop already. I cannot see them winning this. Like, the fact that we scale so hard, and we'll also get Braids, so we'll get even more damage, which is kinda crazy. Yeah? Like, we are just farming. Our opponent will need like 3 counter spells in a row. If they have it, they're in a good spot. If they don't, I think we should win, because Forge will take over the game very quickly. And we are already starting the discard. Overlord, man, they discarded very strong to the... Oh my god, they actually don't have it. Which means, even though I like Conscript, you kinda want to be mana efficient. You don't want to play this as a 2-drop. You want to play this. And man, we can also scry the next card. Man, this is so insane. Oh man, and here we go with the creatures. I kinda want all of them. I really want all of them. Oh, I'm such a bad person. I want to draw everything. Because we can make triple 1-drop on the next turn or just Forge. It will depend. So if they keep mana for counter spell, we play triple 1-drops. If they tap out, we go Forge. Oh boy, you did not want to play this into our deck. Oh boy. No, 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 no. That's definitely not the play. Let's go for Springs. I don't want to miss anything. And even though it feels that, well, our opponent is maybe a little bit stabilizing, it's just an illusion. Because you want to play the Forge. Like, this is the card that scales over time. Those do not scale over time. They cannot go for 4 mana play. 5 mana demon yet. Oh my god, they actually lost even more life. So, that means we are going Forge. That's a wrong tap, by the way, but it's fine. And the Conscript probably, but later. So first you want to play everything that has like Summoning Sickness, no lifelink. We attack because we want to sneak this 1 extra damage. And also, you know, show some pressure for our opponent. Alright. They have the lifelinkers, but they only have 1 toughness, so it's actually might be better for them to block with Preacher. If we draw the Chainsaw, that will kill the Preacher, and that will really help us. If not, you know, we play the game. Oh man, this is so risky for them. It might work, because it seems they have Bloodletter for the next turn. So we need to actually be careful about it. Definitely play land. I think this is how we play, but we need better tap. We'll go double Painland this turn. I think this is 2-turn lethal. Man, look at this Forge! It feels like being a Saruman basically at this point. So let's attack with everything. It's still worth the attack, right? So they block here, they block, I mean here, and 3 damage to... yeah, it's still worth it. And the pressure is nice. We will attack harder on the next turn. Right now it's worth like this, because we kinda want to block Slasher, so I need to be a little bit more defensive, but I will get all the extra cards from this, and then we go Nightmare. And with those cards we should be able to finish the guy. And also each turn forges stack. So we just need to make sure that Bloodletter Slasher, you know, won't kill us. Especially that our opponent is taking 2 damage a turn, like on top of everything that is going on. And while the card is amazing, you need to be careful how you play it and when you play it. Probably I would try to go for other cards that he has in the hand first, and then play this as a 5 mana demon, and then if it survives, then flip the Annex. Alright, just Preacher is not as strong, so they're risking that we might triple block this. Man, this is kinda interesting, right? We could triple block this. And I actually want to. I'm not sure if that's the best play. There's no way they have a cut down, right? Alright, if you have a cut down, you're just good at the magic. Alright, we can get the Constrict back, and we want those Percussionists. The card was a fully dead draw, which is unfortunate. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, this is something. Alright, how do we play it out? We probably attack with everything first. We see what the blocks are. Let's see how he blocks like in this situation. So he blocks this here, and this here. We go 3 damage and he goes back to 4. To 3. If we draw a right card, well, he won't kill this. Right? He will never kill this. But we can kill it ourselves. Alright, so it's fine. So we can attack with it. So that's a full swing. Oh, I did not expect this. I guess it makes sense, right? But they give us the card, so that's interesting. I'm not sure how much we sacrifice for the Viper, to be absolutely honest. I'll be honest, I didn't think it through, and I'm super surprised they play like this. I mean, listen, I don't want to be anticlimactic, but do I just win by playing Overlord? Is that how it works? Told you, Overlord is pretty decent this deck. And the best part? Okay, you didn't see the best part. After this would fail, even for some reason, we can just sacrifice everything to the Viper, get, you know, Dread here, and just get another trigger on top of everything else. Alright, unfortunately on the play, this hand would be so good, but it's okay, alright? We'll play on the draw, if we have to. Chainsaw is a very nice draw, and I love Chainsaw. Do we want to already start attacking, or just go for Conscript? What is the next play? We probably go Chainsaw or the Mirth. Well, I guess we cannot have red mana anyway, so there's nothing to think about. I forgot that the Verge needs another land first, right? So we cannot provide the red mana on turn 1. It's fine, it's fine. Well, I guess we can go this and start with red guy, and then we go with the Hexmage if this goes through. Oh, there's no interaction. So now we will know if they have a counterspell. Nope, no counterspell. Oh man, they are already 3 creatures behind, man. This is so disgusting. Wow, like this deck is so strong, man. Innocence. All right. Oh man. Like, bro, do you feel bad? I'm actually not sure if I feel bad. I should, but I don't think I do. Alright. So, jokes aside, 6 damage on this turn. We could go for the Viper, but it's way too expensive. I don't want to waste so much of my tempo. Like, we want to make sure that they answer it. Hopefully it's not a lockdown. Don't lockdown me, because then I lose the game. Well, I guess we just Forge. And they need to answer the Forge as well, but it definitely won't help. It won't help. And from the time of his thinking, I would assume he doesn't have a lockdown, because that's such a easy play. So if you think, that means you don't have the easy play most of the time. Here's your honk for absolutely wholesome Rakdos, just sacrificing demons, monkeys and skeletons all day long, with Chainsaw on the back of it. Just fully wholesome, you know, great deck. So, our opponent needs to do something, figure out how they want to fight against it, and it won't be easy. And what do you do? Once during you may cast from your graveyard, huh? So we know what we are playing against, kinda. I mean, we could equip, but I think it's too early for this. I think it's too early. I really want to set up the Forge, man. This will give them the good lifelink. But in this situation it's kinda the same, and it also buffs the chainsaw for the next turns. I mean, full swing, that's how we do it. That's how we do it. It is unfortunate. Our opponent will get a lot of cards and a lot of value. Yep. That's interesting block, because that gives us a card. That gives us the card for future. It's always a land, huh? I don't think it's Viper yet. Alright, Chainsaw just getting way better than before. I mean, this land can still make a difference, but we probably want something for 1 or 2 mana. Because with Mirth, we should be able to get the value anyway. Spell Thief. Oh boy, here comes the enchantment. Sheltered by Ghosts. Exiling this and this, probably, and winning the game on the spot. Yep. Just name the card. To be fair, they play 4 of those, so they should have 1. Alright, and the second one goes to the Forge. With lifelink this will be super hard, like everything they have has lifelink, and it gets doubled right now, while also drawing cards with Innocence, so... Well, they can literally swing, like clear the full board, just by casting 2 mana Pump, Removal, Ward, and... and lifelink. And this card is so insanely busted, like it's having like twice the normal text. Alright, so how can we fight against such a hate? I guess we go with this guy. Pumping this. Now we go Mirth and see what the cards are. We won't be able to target anything because creatures cannot be killed. I guess we can pump it, but then they will just block. We are not in lethal range. I think this is a Viper setup, honestly. We can only attack with this because this doesn't trade very well, so it's 3 damage. Alright, this is a setup. We get some good value if we start sacrificing. I think we'll go for Percussionist, Mirth, Conscript. This is 4 mana discount. So we play 2. And we can get double Conscript back, maybe. And we are drawing cards. We'll see, we'll see. Oh my god. Also card advantage on everything. Yeah, like, I don't think there's any way to outscale this kind of setup. And we didn't draw a removal, so that's unfortunate. If you cannot break, I guess we drew one of the chainsaws, but they have like so many different ways. Yeah, with this, that's a good game. Still, fair game, fair game. Well, I hope you enjoyed those games, and I'll tell you, man, this was a full experience for me, because you actually seen all of the games in the order I've been playing them, so we are on exactly same page about this deck, and I'll be honest, I'm not surprised. I knew the deck will be pretty strong, because the sacrifice like synergies, especially with Mirth and the chainsaw, are insane right now, especially like with the Forge. Forge is the way to get all of those synergies for free. Normally with the journal you sacrifice a creature and you draw a card, so in the base case you draw another creature, so you need something extra to make it work. But with Forge the creature is free, so actually you get card advantage from this, and I was a fan of this card since forever. I never found a deck that it could work in, and I decided, well, if there's any deck ever that it fits, it's this one. It's the sacrifice, and we can get all the full value from this one while also drawing cards. So if you're a control player, you might be surprised how much card draw this deck has, while also providing insane pressure. Honestly, the chainsaw is kinda insane. Like this card, I think we'll see it more after playing it, especially in the deck that keeps sacrificing creatures over and over. This is kinda insane. You can make every of your 1-drops something that wins the game on its own. You have seen they needed to block with Shrouded, their best card for the matchup and their win con, our 1-drop, because we equipped Chainsaw to this and it was lethal. It was like 8 damage or something. It's usually between 5 and 8 damage from my experience when you equip it. So that's kinda crazy, and with Overlords and Braids we can go absolutely over our opponent's head. So even if they have like lifelinkers or something, very often we can force this final burst and just kill them. them on the spot. So this is a pretty nice synergy, especially with Braids. You play this, you kill something or burn their face, and then you instantly redraw cards while also burning their face, and you can keep doing it. So yeah, before I get overexcited for this deck, a huge thank you to our amazing Patreons for allowing us to sacrifice all those wholesome creatures like monkey toys, warlocks, and skeletons. Like it's all fun and rainbow here. So chainsaw, of course, the most wholesome chainsaw. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. Oh my god, this commenter is going off the rails, and that can mean only one thing. It's time to wrap up. About the score, we went 5-2, as you have seen in the video. It seems to be crushing it with Mythic. The synergies are insane, the value is off the charts, and it's actually the most fun aggro I have tried so far. So if you're a control player, you might actually like it. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and see you tomorrow.
With